And welcome back to my channel, Soberton Makery. I hope you're all well. I hope you've had a good week. So I thought I'd have a bit of a catch up, and then I'm going to show you some of my makes that I made in July. So first of all, let me say a big thank you to everyone that has watched my previous videos, and thank you to everyone that has liked and commented and subscribed to my channel. Honestly, I can't believe what has happened this week. I think I started on 15 followers on Monday, and by the end of the week I'm nearly at 80, so I'm absolutely blown away. So thank you so much to anybody that has liked, commented, subscribed. Honestly, I feel a bit overwhelmed, so thank you. But I also must mention a big thank you to a lovely lady that I'm sure a lot of you follow, because she is fabulous and hilarious and creative and wonderful and inspires us all with her many fabrics and gorgeous makes. It's the wonderful Rowan, the Yorkshire sew girl. So Rowan was wonderful, and she obviously spotted that I'd started a YouTube channel, and she shared it on her stories, and since then I've had loads of people come and watch my videos and subscribe. So honestly, thank you so much, Rowan. Thank you. Big heart from me, thank you. Right, so all the thank yous done. Let's get on to, I was gonna have a little bit of a catch up this week. I don't know if any of you follow me on Instagram, but I had a bit of a dodgy week with my old leg this week. I sound like an old woman. Honestly, I felt like a bit of an old woman. Old women are lovely, no offence. But no, I felt like, I was just having one of those weeks. So I got bitten about 2 weeks ago, and then 10 days later I came up with what I knew was the start of cellulitis, because I've had this before, only once before, but I remember it. So I rang the doctors and got some antibiotics, and then within 48 hours my leg had blown up like a balloon. It was very swollen. I mean, not the whole of my leg, it was just the ankle and sort of halfway down my calf to my ankle. I lost my ankle. It was extremely swollen, puffy, red, hot, and then I got these horrible blisters which are just disgusting. One of them was like 3 centimeters in diameter, and my son came in one morning the morning after the blister came up. He goes, "Oh, what's that on your leg? It is gross." I was like, yeah, it really is gross. So then after this was the Wednesday, and then in the evening I was messaging my mum and my sister, and they're like, "You need to go to A&E, Catherine." And then Kirsty was like, "You really need to go to A&E." So once all 3 of them had said, "You need to go to A&E," I was like, okay, I'll go to A&E, because the antibiotics clearly weren't working and my leg was just getting worse by the minute. Like, it was horrendous. I hobbled along to A&E, and the nurses and doctors were lovely, and an amazing doctor sorted me out. He drained all my blisters, got a scalpel out. It was a bit frightening, but it didn't hurt at all. He was amazing. And then he gave me the right antibiotics, so it turned out I was on the wrong antibiotics. He sorted me out, and my leg is much better now. I won't show you because it still looks quite disgusting, but it is healing wonderfully, and I'm not hobbling anymore. So lots of ice packs, antibiotics, and raising my leg, and I'm on the road to recovery. So anyway, I'll move on from my medical woes. Anyway, what I'm wearing is the first thing I should say. So I'm wearing, you won't be able to see it very well, but I'll sort of stand up, ta-da, with my little skirt. I'm wearing the dress I made for the Sew Mashup Challenge that was run by Kath from Kath Craft and Sally from Secret Life as a Seamstress. So they were running a brilliant challenge where you had to mash 2 patterns together and enter them into the competition, which ran until today, which was the end of July. So I'm recording this a little early. I managed to get it in just in time. So the pattern that I did, I combined 2 patterns, and they were the Myosotis dress by Deer and Doe, and I put the gathered skirt on with the 2 tiers, and then I attached it to the Ogden cami. So what I did, let me go through what I did to them. So I've got my notes here, let me go through them. So what I did to the Ogden cami, I sliced off 4 inches off the bodice, In hindsight, I think I should have taken off maybe another 1.5 inches, because this is definitely hitting me, yeah, a good 1.5 inches below my waistline. But I don't think it really matters for now. I'm not going to worry about pulling it apart. But I think if I did this mashup again, I would take another 1.5 inches off so it hit my waistline. I also did the Guthrie and Garney hack that Lauren showed on her, I think it's on her YouTube channel and on her blog, about how to widen the straps. The way that she does it is that you literally cut 2 of the strap pattern for each strap, rather than 1 for each, and fold it in half, and then you sew the 2 pieces together. So you end up with a strap that is yeah, double the width, and it means it covers your bra up much better. Like, I don't think you can really see my bra strap, and I much prefer wearing a bra with straps than a strapless bra. I think the shape is better, and yeah, it's just more practical. So yeah, that's what I did with the Ogden, but I did realise, made a bit of a mistake. So when I attached the Ogden to the top of the skirt, I realised that what I should have done was taper up slightly at the side seams, because the skirt was actually dipping down at the side seams. So I had to unpick it, which is a bit frustrating. So I unpicked 6 inches either side of the side seam, and then I raised it by 1 inch and just curved that line out. So then that now means that the skirt does sit level on the dress. So yeah, and then with the Minnesota skirt, I didn't make any hacks to that. I just literally attached it to where I had made the line on the Ogden cami. So yeah, that's what I did there. So I hope that was all right. And then, is there any other adjustments I did? Oh yeah, I should tell you where the fabric was from. The fabric was from Pins and Needles Grey Shot, which is a lovely shop. I've never actually been to their physical shop, but they've got a great online shop, and they were at Thread Festival, which is a festival run at Farnham Maltings in Farnham yearly. I haven't been this year, sadly. It's normally in June, but last year I went with my mum, and we had a lovely day there. And or not, it wasn't a whole day, but we went there for an afternoon, and Mum very kindly treated me to this, which was a remnant at Pins and Needles Grey Shop. They had their little Grey Shop at their little stall. So yeah, so thank you very much. And it's a lovely coral, I think it's a linen viscose, I can't remember exactly, but it has quite a lot of drape, so I think it is a linen viscose. And yeah, it feels lovely and cool. So yeah, I think that's all I need. Oh yeah, and I do think next time, maybe if I do it, I might interface the straps. I feel like they might be stretching slightly. They're not on the bias, but I do feel like they might be stretching slightly. So that might be something I do next time. But yeah, I thought I'd just show you, not that I've drawn the picture in the sketch box, but I used the lovely book that Rowan influenced and loads of people bought on Amazon. Sorry, I shouldn't say that name on here. On a shop online that lots of people use. Yeah, it's great for filling in and yeah, putting down obviously all the bits that you might need, and also just writing the alterations, so that when I go back next time, I don't have to think, oh, what do I need to do to the pattern? What do I need to raise it by how many inches? Yeah, not interfacing the straps, things like that. Yeah, really, and I like the fact you can put a little swatch in. So yeah, I thought I would share that, and yeah, I think it's a really great book, and I'm really enjoying it, and it's making me consider my makes a bit more. So once I start writing in there, I'm more determined to finish that project rather than it becoming a UFO sitting in a pile somewhere. So yes, right, on to the next make. Let's go on to the Winslow culottes that I made. So these are the Winslow culottes I made. So yes, where do I start about this pattern? Right, so the Winslow culottes are by Helen's Closet Patterns. They are a lovely pleated culotte, and they have an invisible zip at the back down here. And they also have our favourite thing, they have little inseam pockets. Ta-da! And yeah, they're fantastic. I really like them. I made them up in this lovely viscose twill that was from Fabric Godmother, and they were amazing. I don't know if you can see, but it has a bit of a fault on it. There's a bit of a wiggly line there, and then where else is a bit of a wiggly line? I did do a bit of pattern treacherous, so it didn't show up so much. There's another wiggle there, you can probably see. And it wasn't marked, it was a remnant, but it wasn't marked as a fault. And I emailed Fabric Godmother about this. I think I bought it, it was over a year ago. And I said, oh, it's got marks on it. And on the back, it even, I think there was one bit I cut out where it looked like the weave had gone wrong. One of the dots had got like a massive bobble on it. and they were amazing. They said, don't worry at all, we will refund you the money and the postage. So they didn't quibble about it at all. They were customer service top notch. So yeah, but anyway, well, back to the pattern. So yeah, I made a size 10 in these, straight size 10, and it's really good because if it fits you at the waistband, you know it's going to fit, because there's so much ease on the hips. But yeah, as long as you get the waist measurement right, you're onto a winner. And I found they were perfect. I think I did take 1 inch out of the rise. What else? Let me check my trusty book. Give me a minute. What else did I do? What else did I do? So I did the shorts version, which was version A. You can do them below the knee and full length, which is fabulous, but these are the shorts version, version A. Yeah, took 1 inch out of the rise, because I often have to do that. Even though I have a big bum, my rise doesn't seem to be very big. And then what else? Oh yeah, made a matching hairband. Diddy! See if I can get this in without poking myself in the eye with a hairband. With a hanger. There, made a matching hairband. It's a bit twee, but I quite like it. And this is a brilliant pattern and tutorial by Juliet Usor, which was one of the winners from the Great British Sewing Bee, I think a couple of years ago. And she's got a free pattern for this and tutorial on her YouTube channel. You just have to sign up with your email address and then you get the free pattern, and it's great. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. What else to say about the culottes? Don't think there is much else to say. No, I think that's it. Yeah, but yeah, great pattern, would highly recommend. Right, that's that one done. Let's move on to another make. Let's put my book back over there again. Right, so next bake, I'm going to go on to 2 t-shirts. So, I've got them all hung up nicely here, and they've all just fallen on the floor. Oh well. Right, what was I going to do? So yeah, I made these 2 t-shirts. So I made one for myself and one for my wife. So these are both a pattern which I'm sure lots of you have heard of. It is the Tabitha t-shirt by Tilly and the Buttons from their Make It Simple book. Can't show you the book right now, I've lent it to my mum. She fancied making a sapphire trousers. But yeah, I haven't got that here right now. But yeah, this is a Tabitha t-shirt. So I made mine in a straight size 4. No alterations. I say no alterations. I might have taken a bit off the length. Maybe an inch or 2. Being 5 foot and half an inch. I often shorten things. So yeah, I think I might have taken an inch or 2 off the length. But otherwise, no other alterations. Fantastic pattern. I made mine in a cotton jersey from Lamazi Fabrics, and I popped in one of these fabulous labels from Carly and the Machine. It says cutie. So yeah, I thought that went really well with the pink. And then the other Tabitha t-shirt I made was for my darling wife, and I made it in this fabulous rainbow jersey. This is from a shop that sadly is closed now, so I can't link it anyway, but I can't remember what they were called. I know that I heard about them from Helen from Stitch Rip Repeat, and it was a while ago, but I really can't remember what the shop was called, but sadly they were closing down. But I saw this and I thought, I've got to buy it. So yeah, I made Kirsty a rainbow Tabitha t-shirt. Hers was in a size 9, but I think actually I could do with sizing down for her. Maybe any of you out there could help me. So Kirsty has got a much fuller bust than me. I'd say that she probably, in sewing terms, is probably a D cup, whereas I'm probably a B cup, which means I'm a lot more in the standard sizings. But Kirsty, I would say, is definitely her difference between her high bust and her full bust is greater than 3 inches, which I think is the standard. And yeah, I just wondered, does anybody know any sort of standard t-shirt patterns that are better for ladies with a fuller bust? Because Kirsty loves this t-shirt because of the rainbows, but she does find that it very much fits her along the bust. It's a bit too big on the shoulders, and then it's really quite too big around the waist. So yeah, I'm really in the search, because Kirsty loves her own a t-shirt, and I love to make t-shirts because she really appreciates them in funky fabrics like this. But I'm really, yeah, if anybody has got any tips about t-shirt patterns for ladies with fuller bust, I would be really grateful. So yeah, before I stop talking about this one, I'm going to show you the label for this one. This is a Love You to the Moon and Back. I think it makes her smile every time she puts it on. Well, I hope it does. So yeah, that's another lovely Tabitha t-shirt. Highly recommend go and use that pattern. Right, now moving on to another rainbow t-shirt. When I saw this fabric, I couldn't resist making a Mummy and Sebastian duo. So Sebastian, our little boy, he got a matching t-shirt from to Kirsty's, and yeah, I couldn't resist putting him in a rainbow t-shirt. So let's go on to the pattern I use for Sebastian. So Sebastian's t-shirt is the Rowan tee from TShirts patterns. I will link them all down below, these patterns, people. Fabulous pattern. It comes with a t-shirt, a hoodie, and then there are long sleeve. There are alterations you can also do. You can have a stripe down the sleeve. You can have, I think, a stripe down the side seam. You can, yeah, like I say, have a hoodie with a stripe on as well. Oh, it's a brilliant pattern, and it goes from 6 months all the way to 12 years. And I've been using this t-shirt, I think, pattern since Sebastian was 12 months old. And now we're on age 5. And it's fantastic. So I got the pattern printed on AO paper, and I just trace off whatever I want because there are quite a lot of pieces on it. But obviously there are certain ones that you're not going to use. So normally for the bog standard t-shirt, obviously it's just the sleeves, the front, the back, and the neckband. Oh, and the pocket. But you don't have to obviously put the pocket on. And then obviously there's options for the long sleeves. There's options for cuffs as well on the short and the long sleeve. So yeah, it's a great pattern to print off and then trace off the bits you need and the sizes you want, and then you can just keep tracing off as your children grow. Yeah, you can just keep changing the pattern. So yeah, it's a fantastic pattern. I'd really highly recommend it. And then yeah, things I put on here, we put a little "Your Mama Made It" label. Hold on, I'm not showing you that very well. Your Mama Made It. That's another Kylie in the Machine label. And then I also put a little pocket on, which I pattern matched. A pocket on that a pattern match, that's quite a mouthful. I was quite pleased with that. Hope you can see that. And then I also put this S button on. S for Sebastian, obviously. And we bought these buttons down in Plymouth in a lovely shop called Make at 140. And yeah, I remember we went there and Sebastian's been quite a pickle. And I think it was Lizzie or it was her mum. I can't remember. Oh, maybe it was her mother-in-law. I can't remember. But whoever it was, maybe it was Lizzie in the shop. And she got all the buttons out for Sebastian to play with because he was being such a pickle. And then, yeah, obviously we came away with a lovely S button. Actually, we came away with a few S buttons. I've only used one so far, but let's keep going. But yeah, he really loves his rainbow t-shirt. And yeah, it was a real hit. And I love it. I've got a picture. I'll put it in up here. Let's get the right side. They wore it to the zoo the other day. Kirsty and Sebastian, they were twinning in the t-shirt, so I'll share a picture of that. Right, what else do I have to show you? Yeah, just one last thing to show you. So this is a rather lovely little embroidery hoop that I did. Now, I'm not clever enough that I did all of this by myself. This came in a lovely kit that was made by Cotton Clara, and this came in the subscription box from Stitch and Ink, which I got in, I want to say June. I think it was June. And yeah, this is one of the little gifts inside, and it was brilliant. So inside it's now empty, but I thought I'd keep the box so you can see. But in the box you got everything you needed. So you got the hoop, you got the fabric, which was already, it had little markings on so you could follow exactly where to go, and then it included a needle and then the thread, the embroidery thread. And yeah, I thought it was brilliant. It's lovely. It says "Take care." I enjoyed that little sentiment, and I thought it was it was quite funny. I actually did some of this on the motorway whilst I was in the driving seat. People are like, "What are you doing?" But no, don't worry, I was completely in control. Sadly at the time, we were all stationary, and even sadder for someone else, there had been an awful accident further up. And I was sat for an hour and a half on the motorway, which is no time at all, and hats off to all the emergency services, because obviously somebody was having a much worse day than me. And I'm one of those people that I can't really go anywhere without some form of knitting or stitching on my person, and normally I keep it in there just in case I'm early for work and I can just knit a few rows or do a bit of needlework. And yeah, I was sat in the car and I thought, well, the engine's off, we're all sat here and we're clearly not going anywhere for quite some time, so I whacked out the embroidery. And yeah, I think I managed to get up to the C, so I've done take care, and then I had to just finish the air later on that evening. which I didn't do whilst I was driving. I wasn't driving, but I wasn't in the car. I mean, I sat down on the sofa and did it. But yeah, I really like it, and it felt quite apt actually to be sitting on the motorway knowing that there'd been an accident in front and think, take care. We should all take a little bit more care, shouldn't we? Especially of ourselves sometimes, and others too. So yeah, but yeah, brilliant little hoop, and yeah, fantastic little business, Cotton Clara. So if you ever fancy one of those, or like a lovely little gift actually for somebody, yeah, so I thought I'd just share that. Right, is that all? Yes, I think we've done it all, and I think I've managed to film this without pressing stop halfway through. I'm winning. Anyway, I hope you're all really well. Have a fantastic rest of the weekend, and yeah, I will be back next week with another video, but I can't remember what it is, so I'm doing a little bit of plans. I think it might be a plans video, but we'll see. Yeah, I might have messed that up. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. And yeah, please give me a like or a comment. It'd be lovely to hear what you've got to say. And yeah, please yeah, have a lovely weekend. Bye, lovelies.